see the way they hate. And I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us slaves. I can feel the sunlight shining.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Brian, and today is Tuesday, February 27th, 2024, and this is episode 642 of the Lots Project podcast, and it's titled High Alert, and I'll be chatting about a possible high alert situation that I've come across. More cord on the way, Bitcoin notifications blowing up my phone, and much, much more. But first, let's check out who's in with the coffee crew, hanging out in the live chat. Grab a cup of coffee and hang out for about an hour. Good morning. Good morning. Pip was in early. He's very confused because he said the strongly. I think that's maybe the extra strong button on his coffee machine didn't work. He does not have any Hulk-like abilities other than that. Happy Taco Tuesday. I don't know what's going on today. I am a little off balance or something, but I am bouncing like crazy. I don't know if the hinge on my laptop was not quite open or what, but any of the dogs were walking through the camper, anything, the screen's bouncing, and I was like, I'm so confused what's going on. But Pip, I'm sorry your coffee didn't give you Hulkamaniac, Hulkster. You could just be a Hulkamaniac. Morning, Jim. How we doing? Been missing you. We didn't know what to do without the wise elder around here every morning. That's what we'll call you. Good morning, Backwoods Butcher. How we doing? Thanks for stopping in. Rewilder Life. How we doing? Jen, good morning. Back-to-back mornings for Jen. Thanks for coming in. Jen says she's trying to join me live on Telegram just now. What a geek. I do put it over there live in the Telegram group. I know that streams a lot less bandwidth and is easier for people if they have shitty connections somewhere. So I do throw it over there for people to check out. Good morning, Hunter, over there on Twitch, hanging out and hanging out and patrolling the waves over on Twitch. Clark hanging out. Good morning. It's not too long and you will be back on daylight savings probably. Does that happen in the summer or in the winter? I don't remember. Pip says keyword maniac. You're not at work today, are you? One Take Records. Good morning, Mr. Scrambling Bojangles. I see we had a conversation yesterday, and all of a sudden a new channel was born. That's not a bad idea. He's got his new EDM. If you guys don't know what that is, that's electric dance music, techno, trance. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. There's many versions over the years, but EDM, electronic dance music, I would say is the easiest way to describe it. But he's got a new EDM morning meditation channel, and he's going to be throwing out shorts, I believe. Shorts or maybe long format. I don't know. We talked about it. I said, man, that might not be a bad thing to just have a new channel. I threw it out there. It looks like it happened. Coffee and ibuprofen for Rewilder Life Breakfast of Champions. I don't think it was coffee and ibuprofen. I think all my buddies that ended up slogging through the military all would say that ibuprofen and water was the heal all in Breakfast of Champions. Yeah, well, the interesting thing about One Take Records here that he puts up that I was looking at I was looking at the video he put up, and it was before he made the new channel, and it was actually one of the things that I suggested to him to make the separate channel. But he is using his plant music devices and the plants in his house to mash up with EDM to make the music, I believe. Or is it are you taking the plant music and running it through AI to make that music? I'm not sure which way it's going. And Backwoods is very, very, very concerned that Backwoods is trans, or Backwoods is already Scrambling's trans now. Trance, Kyle. TRANCE, not TRANS. Hunter says he's picturing psychedelic sandstorm. It was really interesting. You guys should check it out. One Take Records. When you get off, it's not for everybody, but it's for somebody. It's for somebody, for sure. Clark says he thinks that the time machines. Jesus, we're traveling time already this morning, guys. I don't know what's going on. I feel rested. I feel well rested. I slept well. I don't know if I'm stroking out a little bit or what's going on. Yeah, we'll see. Budweiser and Tic Tacs, a spring break power food, live plant music, and Backwoods says those goddamn kids today. Dude, it's not today. I used to mess around with that stuff and making it and playing around with it back in the mid to late 90s. So before you were born. And his new shit drops at 6 a.m. Dude, you got to do 3 shorts in the morning, 3 shorts in the evening to grow that channel. We'll talk about it. What's in the cup? What is in what is in the cup this morning? Let's see. I was going to go on the list here. I have One Take Records. I'm just a single human. Yeah. Join the club, dude. That's why I kind of migrated away from trying to play the games to make these things blow up. And I'm just making content for me and throwing those review videos on Amazon, because there isn't a minimum or a logarithm or anything like that. As long as you make the right video style, it isn't a quantity thing and a schedule thing and all that. So yeah, welcome to the club. I put on my list here, I was planning on having some Hector Light Colombian this morning, but when I opened up the cupboard, sometimes things just call to you. And literally the partial bag of medium roast Tanzanian peaberry fell out of the cupboard into my hand. Caught it, and I said, well, I think Hector's going to have to wait till tomorrow. And I brewed up a French press of the medium roast Tanzanian peaberry, and it is just as good as it should be. It is definitely as good as it should be. Pickle P said, I loved Pickle One Take Record, whatever his name is, says, I love that when you said it on the content show. It is what it is. It is what it is. And it is a sign if I caught it in the air. That's why I went with it. It fell right out of the cupboard. I was like opening the cupboard, and we've been having problems with our door frames, our doors here in the camper since winter, and it's absolutely infuriating. Corey knows that if the doors like flew off the camper, I would just look at them and go, that figures. I've been trying to figure this shit out for months, off and on, because at some points it spins your brain out so bad what is actually going on. But at some points they're hard to close, at some points they barely latch, and it changes on an hour to hour, on day-to-day basis. Like literally, if the sun shines on the camper, it changes. If the wind blows, if the temperature changes, if it rains, if it snows, if it gets warm, it changes. And I don't know. I'm flabbergasted from it. So I don't know. But we've been slamming the doors here and there, and I think it jarred loose. I jarred loose that Tanzanian peaberry, and good morning. That's what I get. That's what I get. Anyway, that's coffee this morning. Clark says it's probably the temperature of the outside of the wall. I was thinking that, and I think, well, what I think happens is it compounds. It starts with an earthquake. No, not going down that road. Somebody yelled at me. I think it was Jen yelled at me for having REM stuck in her mind, in her brain all day the other day. But I think what happens is the strike plate gets loose and the door hinge gets a little sticky, and it's stuck. It starts hitting, which jars the frame, which is a cheap aluminum frame around. Jen caught that one real quick. It hits the welcome to the club, Jen. don't ever expose your weaknesses, or the crowd will jump on for sure. So it I think it hits the aluminum frame. The aluminum frame starts to skew a little bit. And then what Clark talks about with the expansion and contraction with the door or the walls, and I think it's just a big ball of wax. But literally before the show this morning, I was sitting here and Corey was filling the sink, and the front door just swings open because it's pretty windy here. We got storms coming in. We got rain all around us. It's kind of windy, and it just caught the door, and I must not have slammed it hard enough or anything, and it whipped open. And I was like, oh shit. Corey looks at me and she goes, yeah, most people, if their door swung open like that, immediately would think that they were being robbed or ambushed or something. And we just kind of looked at each other and walked over and shut it. And I was like, meh. But yeah, the doors have been like a 6-9 month thing, and it's absolutely infuriating. So I will continue to bang my head against the wall trying to get it fixed. And I just don't think it's ever going to happen. I think we're just going to have to deal with it. But anyway, let's move on to that first topic. High alert, guys. High alert. I noticed something. I've been around for a while here. I'm not necessarily here in Tennessee. We've been here for about a year, but I've been on this earth for 40 plus years. More than that. Mid to upper 40s now, I guess you would say, if you were calling it a weather forecast. But I've noticed some things. Clark says probably an inevitable problem with the lightweight trailer. Yeah. And one thing that I noticed over the years is an odd correlation, and it's probably not odd, it's just how it happens. But significant events happen when training exercises are going on or getting moved or shuffled around or things like that. And something popped up on my radar the other day. It was a mid to the end of last week. The weather patterns for I was born at night, just not last night. There was weather patterns popping up that we're bringing in, like what's coming in right now with some significant fronts. It's going to be a warm front into a severe cold drop, where the leading edge of the storm fronts are going to produce thunderstorms and severe weather and possible tornadoes. And why is the camper bouncing so much today? Do you have any idea?
It's not for me.
Oh, maybe it's my setup up here. Sorry, guys, doing some troubleshooting while we're talking here. But what, how weather works, the more the significant the change in temperature between the two fronts, the stronger the winds, the more severe the storms and things like this. I'm not sure how 6 days out they were predicting bad weather. Maybe it was even more than that. I think it was more than that, and it's coming to be true. Not necessarily where they pinpointed the worst of it. That is kind of moved north, but Hunter's wondering if Corey's doing jazzercise. Not this morning. She's actually working. She's shifted to working since we don't sit next to each other anymore. But I it lit up my radar, or lit up my my spidey senses, because it was so early that they were going, oh, we're gonna have these tornadoes and all of this, and it was a week away, and I'm like, holy crap. So I kept an eye on this, and the interesting thing is I followed this local online radio station. Like, it's I thought it was going to be like a local news type of thing where they had like anybody from the area wants to come on and do a radio show. I was kind of looking forward to hearing that and shit like that. Hold on, one guy. Corey, Kyle in all caps says hi, Corey, and he explained that he's yelling because you're in the other room. She yelled back, hello, Kyle, in all caps with exclamation points, not explanation points. I don't think she needs to explain that to you. Anyway, this radio station, I was thinking that, I'd get like the farm field reports, and these are the old AM radio station that I used to listen to when I was a kid. And I was like, oh, this is going to be an interesting version of it. No, it's like a conservative, a horrible play on conservative radio, where it's like fear mongering and all sorts of things like that. And these weather alerts, and they're always posting semi-useful stuff, but it all seems like a lot of let's gin people's fear and anger up. Weird. Anyway, so I didn't unfollow it, unfortunately. It's still there, and they put this weather alert out last week, and so I'm following it on this Facebook page, keeping an eye on it, And sure enough, the weather pattern started to develop, and in a couple days out, they were like, yes, it's supposed to still be severe storms on Wednesday. And all of a sudden, everybody's talking about the fact on this little Facebook page and in the local Facebook groups that the statewide monthly tornado drill is set for the 28th, the morning of the 28th, and they're going to move it. They're going to move the drill because of the potential for severe weather and tornadoes. Now, this might seem innocuous. It might be like, well, that's just good planning. That's a good idea. But guys, I seem to remember there was a day that they were doing drills about airplane stuff going on, and then some airplanes ended up slipping through the cracks and killing a bunch of people. Several other incidences through history with major events where there happened to be drills that day or moved or correlating. So, I mean, the severe weather is supposed to be north of here now. It's pushing through. It sounds like it's going to be, the affected area is going to be north of us. So I'm not too worried. But man, I started getting a little creepy when a week out they're predicting the thing that they're going to have to move the drills for. Because, on the 28th, now they're going to move the drill to the 29th, and we're only going to get 11 every 3 years, and then we'll get the 12th on the 4th. So I don't know. Rewilder Life says, no, it's just a coincidence. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Rachel. You've made me feel better. I'm just going to go along with my head down, and if I hear the siren, I'll just assume that it's a Gen G says, when a drill goes live, look out, happens quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know. We're moving the drill to the next day. Big posts everywhere. My question, and this has been my question, and Bill Paxton isn't alive to help us. Jesus. My question is, I lost my question. That's what it was. That's what it was. I was thinking about my wife. My question is, they're spreading all this news all over Facebook and all over TV and all over here and all over there. And I say all these places, and people are like, oh, okay, yeah, I saw it, blah, blah, blah. What about people that don't use that shit? What about us who don't have local TV? What if I didn't join these local Facebook groups? What if I was only living in the woods by myself? And I've always thought this about like laws or things like that. Like, we passed a law. Like, did anybody let me know? And how what is the official communication of these things? Is it now Facebook? They posted it on their Twitter account. I mean, excuse me, X, formerly Twitter. I mean, what is the standard practice for important information conveyance in this country? Is it now Facebook? Is it now the newspaper? Oh, wait, no newspapers anymore. Like, what is, if you wanted to be in the know about everything going on, significant, and I guess significant revolves around what you consider significant, but where is the official source to find out shit like this? Is it really Facebook? Really? Twitter? Is that what we've reverted to? Did the whole world Rewilder Life says sign up for text alerts? I already get a silver alert when Jim goes wandering out in his yard, and a blue alert when some cop sticks his nose where he shouldn't be, and whatever alerts on my phone. I don't seem to get the weather alerts. Pip says, why does this remind me to the beginning of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Pip's coffee's kicking in. Oh, man. So that's just what I was thinking about the last 4 or 5 days. I'm like, hey, Corey, maybe we want to think about this tornado thing a little bit more, because they're talking about tornadoes on the warning day, and they're going to move the warning day and the drills. So maybe. I don't know. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. I told Corey the other day, how did we randomly pick the town in Tennessee that's had like more tornadoes than any other per capita or something like that? It's like, great choice. Hopefully they've gotten their fill of tornadoes. I was comparing it to Joplin, Missouri, with the frequency of tornadoes coming through this place. Rewilder Life says, I hate those. We're so disconnected that unless a nuke went off and we saw it, we may never know. And I wonder about the things that I don't know, because I've disconnected, and then I just realize I don't care. Hunter was wondering if they had fire drills with the Hawaii fires. I don't know. Where did all those kids go? Were they on a fire drill? Aren't there still a bunch of kids that are gone, that just like disappeared? I don't know. That Hawaii thing was weird. It was like all over everywhere for a short period of time, and then it just disappeared like everything else. Makes you wonder if it was all ginned up. Did it even actually happen? Has anybody that actually been to Hawaii and seen the charred remains of everything that burned? Or is it just a bunch of people that live there that are sending out messages? You know somebody, Corey? Sorry. I got beat down right there. Conspiracy theory broke. Backwoods says the kids are still gone and they're all at Oprah's house. Oh, man. Backwoods says, that's why I live in a place where the wind hurts my face. No tornadoes or earthquakes or swamp puppies. Womp puppies. Dude, you can get tornadoes in New Hampshire. Don't worry. Don't worry. You can get them anywhere, especially when the super tornadoes come. When Bill Gates turns on his super tornado machine, there's no getting away from him, man. You're going to have cold tornadoes. You're going to have wind and snow and blizzard tornadoes in June when Bill Gates turns his machine on. One Take Records is telling me that it's space lasers that burned up Hawaii. Rewilder Life is really wondering where those kids went. Yeah. Where are the children? Isn't anybody concerned about the children? Wasn't it like a couple hundred, like 150, 200 kids? Like, is nobody going, where'd my kid go? Like, where are all the parents? Not only where are the kids, because they said the kids went missing because they went to school. It's the first day of school or something. Where are the parents going, where the fuck is my kid? Are they like, just, whatever. Didn't want him anyway. Oh, painted her house blue. That's right. That's right. If your house was blue, the space lasers didn't get you. That's right. Oh, man. Pip says, forget the Sharknado. The freaking Gator Cane. Hurricane displays. Oh, man. Has anybody heard from the parents of these kids? Were these kids put into like child trafficking? Was that the rub? Is that what everybody was thinking? That they shuffled these kids into Oprah's basement and then sold them off one at a time to the Satan pedophiles? Is that what the final oh my God. I don't know if I could go down that road, Kyle. That's oh no. Rewilder Life says she's building a house. I better go with blue siding. What color? Blue. Look at the message above you. And you better do the roof, not the sides. Like, get away from the space lasers. I figure if they want to fire a space laser at me, it ain't gonna matter if my roof's blue. They're gonna blow me up in the yard. I can't wear. I'm gonna get one of those green screen suits, and it's gonna be blue, and I'm just gonna wear it around all the time so I can withstand the space lasers. Huh? That's what Corey weighed in from the back room and said that's why Jeff Probst wears blue, so he doesn't burn up from the space lasers. One Take Record says it's the new color. It's been named Oprah Blue. So when you go get your crayons to do your diagram of your new house, Rachel, you can pull out the Oprah Blue and paint the roof and the walls. One Take Records thinks that's why the UN have blue helmets, so they don't get hit by the space lasers. Oh. Jim's wondering if UN blue is a color. No, it's Oprah blue. The UN hats are Oprah blue. And this is perfect. Kyle says, I'm going to walk around in a blue skin suit with nunchucks. I'm actually going to make little mini nunchucks. I'm going to walk around. They're called thumbchucks. And I'm going to walk around with my thumbchucks singing, I'm blue da boo da blue da. I can't sing the blue song. Jesus. Oh, guys, we're gonna have tornadoes possibly on Wednesday, and they're moving the tornado alert. We got to get those kids out of Oprah's basement for sure before the tornadoes show up. I don't know what's going on here. I do not know what is going on here. Nunchucks. I've got a blue house and a blue window. Jen G, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You said we're hilarious. You are one of the few, the proud, the ones that admit it, but thank you. Thank you. Oh man, what else is coming up? Oh, hey, the thumb chucks were a definite good transition into my next topic here. Because that's what's going to be making next trip to the big city. I'm going to pick up some supplies, and Corey and I actually ordered yesterday a boatload of new paracord colors. She went nuts. I told her, I said, "Hey Corey, if you get a break from work, why don't you scroll through the Atwood site and pick out what you want me to order? Send me pictures of what you want, and then I'll put in that order." All of a sudden my phone was like ding, 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 ding. I'm like, it's like telling Kyle to go to the candy store and to pick out a couple pieces of candy. Did we get any blue, Corey? Oh, Kyle, sorry, we already have blue. We already made our paracord laser helmets. Don't worry. One Take Records says they tell time in the past by paracord color. Yes, I do recall you telling me that, and I have mentioned that to other people. What One Take Records does is buys a roll of 1,000 foot of paracord, each one is a new color, so that he can look back and talk about or remember what color was what year approximately, and know what projects have been done at that time. So that was pretty cool. We did not order any new blue. Let me I'll give you the colors here. Give me a second. I had them right there, and then I went and checked something else. Where's my beautiful wife? There she is. We wanted to order some Uber glow. This is like glow in the dark paracord, but they were out of everything except for 25 foot lengths, and we didn't want to do that. We got more of the tracer, the glow in the dark tracer stuff. But these colors are wild. Corey picked Pink Panther, Deadpool. Deadpool is going to be a good one. Deadpool is going to be a really good one. Dionysus, I think. Gecko is a really cool green color. The quad glow tracer. She got some reflective neon and some reflective black, because I believe she's planning out. She's planning on getting started on the dog leads, the dog leashes that we're going to make. And I think they're going to be banging dog leashes, but I doubt that they're going to be a product that we add to our repertoire, because I think they're going to end up being like $150 dog leashes. Unfortunately. Rewilder Wife was wondering if tinfoil comes in blue, and Jen nails it. Jen, you're welcome. You are welcome in the crowd anytime, because she says no, tinfoil does not come in blue, but blindfolds come in blue, I hear. You nailed it, but you missed the mark, because you could have said, man, a lot of those masks are blue. Oprah blue. Oprah blue. Anyway, guys, if you want to check out the supply of rope, of paracord, of microcord, 95 cord, arborist rope, Man, they just have an unbelievable selection of all this rope and cordage you'd ever need at Atwood Rope Manufacturers. I'm throwing an affiliate link down in the video description. It's in the video description. It's going to be in the chat here. Yeah, it's I really like it. The prices seem fair, very fair. They have, I mean, when you scroll down their paracord selection, Corey, what did you think? You had to take a second glance because you were overwhelmed. Yeah, it's a little intense. It is a little intense. So if you're in the market for paracord and they sell it in everything 2,500, 1,000 foot rolls and everything, every size and type, and Rewilder Life requested that I throw it in the Telegram chat. There it is in the Telegram chat as we speak. Hunter was saying it was a tsunami warning thing, not a fire drill. Yeah, wasn't that the bullshit? It was like a hurricane coming in. I guess that's not a tsunami, a typhoon. I think it was a typhoon warning or something. Isn't a typhoon like the Pacific hurricane because it spins the other direction? Kyle was wondering if they have 50 Shades of Gray paracord. Dude, you can make 50 Shades of Gray if you want. And Rewilder Life says, I need to pin all these. I need to pin them all in the Telegram group, and I need to also just take a day and get my freaking website updated with all the affiliate codes and discount codes. It's just, guys, I'm sorry. I'm a slacker. I don't get enough done in my day. I don't do enough. I battle myself telling myself that every day. So no more added pressure, Rachel. No more added pressure. But wasn't it a typhoon warning? Because the thing in Hawaii wasn't it a storm coming in from the ocean and then all of a sudden shit was on fire? I don't know. Backwood says he's got kids. We don't have time for that. That's what you need the paracord for, is to tie the kids up so you do have time for it. Just a thought. But two tsunamis and typhoons. Tsunamis and tornadoes. Let's see. Yeah, we got the paracord order covered. I'm excited. That place ships really fast too. And if you order $100, $100 worth of paracord, you get free shipping. And do you guys ever get into that mode where I put all the stuff in the cart and it was like $20 shy of free shipping and shipping was $9, and I literally yelled to Corey because I hate making this decision. I said, hey, do you want to buy an extra $20 worth of paracord or pay $9 for shipping? The shipping you get nothing out of. At least if you spend the extra $20 on paracord, an extra $20 in paracord, you get the paracord. So, God, I hate that. I know it's a sales technique and I fall for it every time. Wait a second. Hunter says, Hunter, have you looked in depth into this Hawaii fire situation? Because this is very insider information here. It says local government, here, I'll put it on the screen for you guys that aren't on Twitch. Local government said that they didn't issue the warning alarms because that would make people run inland into the fire instead of letting everybody know that there was a fire and running away from it. But my question is, if they let them know there was a fire and if they ran inland, it was into the fire, were they all going to just jump into the ocean and swim somewhere? Like, what? Where were they going to go? And how many people died? Like, this story just disappeared. Like, literally just disappeared. It was the top of every news thing And then after it fell out of the normie news cycle, it was all over conspiracy. And then all of a sudden it was just gone. Was it after Oprah and The Rock requested money because they're poor and they couldn't rebuild Hawaii with a stroke of their checkbook? I don't know. Yeah, they didn't use the sirens. I get it. What's up, Jack Daniel Toredo? How's it going? Thanks for swinging in. Philippines, right? You're over in the Philippines? Hope it's going all right this evening. Hope you're doing well. I think your Bitcoin, you won, I believe you won the Bitcoin back in one of the big old drawings, the big drawing a few months ago, and it's probably looking pretty nice now. Probably up to a couple $100, $300, $400, $500, something like that. Hopefully you held on to it. Hunter says, I don't remember the body count. The kids went missing. I don't think a whole lot of people died, but rumor has it that the reason that it is hush now is because all of the big rich people are going in and buying up the property out of underneath the people that own it that are devastated. Well, that was like the writing on the wall was there when it was happening. All the people that were the holdouts, that were the original people, the aboriginal people, I guess would be what you call them, the people that were ingrained in the community that had this beautiful property. No worries, Jack. Don't worry. You can show up when you need, and just make sure you watch the replay. That was already, I think it was already happening as the news story was breaking. They were already rezoning. They were already pulling strings to bring it back quicker and better than ever. They were going to build it back. I think this is where they really started spinning out all the warning signals of the 15-minute cities. All of that stuff was really pumped up during this whole thing, if I recall right, because they were going to rebuild this area as a 15-minute city. And yeah, weird. Yeah. Backwoods says the week of the incident, the local government changed the law to take the land from the locals because it wasn't in use, because it was crispy. Somebody forgot to set the timer on the laser from space. It's just supposed to make Hawaii warm and beautiful to visit, and they left the timer and nobody set the timer, and then it burned up. Just like when you forget your pizza in the oven, when you make it in the middle of the night, when you're drunk or stoned and you forget to set the timer, and then you have burned pizza. That's what they did to Hawaii. Pip says, leave Zuck's new super bunker alone. Oh man. Kyle, just an FYI, Kyle, this is personally to you. The pile is getting thick, and I think we're gonna have to jump on that TikTok conspiracy live stream soon. The pile's getting thick. One of the things that happened. So I've started watching a little bit more conspiracy stuff, just so the planning phases might take off. And so the more I watch, the more they feed me. And this is kind of like, it's a slippery slope for sure. It feels like a little bit of like, it feels like a little bit like Clockwork Orange. Like I'm forcing myself to watch this, but well, he didn't force himself. He was forced to watch it, and then he started to believe it. Guys, please let me know if I start going off the deep end. Oh, wait. Please let me know if I go off the deep end any more than normal. So many pizzas. Jen G says, damn global warming lasers. Backwoods says that's what happens when you put pineapple on pizza, your community gets destroyed. Hawaiian pizza. I get it. That's where it came from. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Hunter says his daughter's going to eat the bugs. His daughter came home and they're learning about eating bugs for breakfast and lunch and dinner. Dude, the bug stuff is ramping up for sure. The bug stuff is ramping up. It's breaking slowly, but it's going slowly, and you're hearing it. They're assimilating us to being okay with it, is what I think. There's already shitloads of cricket protein in a lot of your food. Just so you know. When we were back on the farm and I was looking for small revenue streams, small side hustles, easy things to do that also perpetuated my ability to be sustainable, I looked into crickets. I looked into some other things. And even a decade ago, or a little less, 5 to 10 years ago, if you were looking into it as not being opposed to it, like if you were just looking for information on raising crickets, on cricket protein, on survivalist methods of eating bugs and things like that, there was a lot of information, and a lot of the information led to the fact that it's already being used, that it doesn't matter, that the FDA has limits of tolerable amounts of bugs in food already. So they don't even need to tell you, first off. So there was that. Rewilder Life says, Dubai roaches. Yep. Duckweed, mealworms. I looked into mealworms. I looked into crickets, things like that. But as you're doing that research from the non-tinfoil side, like when you're like, hey, I'm wondering if I can raise crickets for my chickens, for my quail, for me, if I need to, and how sustainable is that? Can I sell them? Mealworms, I got down that road pretty far. But once you start looking at it from a learning perspective and you pull the strings, you really understand what's already going on. Rewilder Life says she'll eat bugs before I eat chemicals. There is that. I mean, there is that. People freak out about bugs eating crickets and all that shit. You know, I think it's better than something I can't pronounce. Jim says Madagascar hissing cockroaches are underrated. Yep. He says he's going to... Do you own cockroachguy.com? Are you serious? Do you own that? Rewilder Life's going to grow bugs to sell to the locals. I was planning on I had a notebook full of ideas that I wanted to perpetuate on the farm, and one of them was sustainable animal feed and supplemental feed for us using crickets, mealworms. So, I mean, sell it to whoever you want. Excuse me? What? Something about candy store bugs. I don't know. Jim, you do. Oh man, you used to sell Madagascar hissing cockroaches. There is so much you could do with the cock. There's so much you could do with the cock. Ask Kyle. Cockroachguy.com. Are you still using it? Backwoods was wondering if Jim learned about Madagascar hissing cockroaches in the Korean War. Sometimes, dude, sometimes you take a shot and like you don't even hit the backboard. You don't hit the rim, you don't hit the net. Like you might as well shoot it at the other end of the court. Why would he learn about Madagascar hissing cockroaches in Korea? Like I know you were trying to make a dig on that he's old, but is the best thing you could come up with that he was in Korea? I don't know if I want to do a podcast with this kid. Jesus. Guys, Bitcoin went up yesterday. Just if you didn't notice, I couldn't help but notice my phone. My phone just kept blowing up there for a couple hours. The parameters. So I have several Bitcoin related apps on my phone. Coin stats. I have Robinhood gives me Bitcoin alerts because I may or may have not jumped in. It just jumps in. And excuse me, Robinhood gives me Bitcoin updates. I get emails. I get all sorts of shit. And all of a sudden, my phone blew up, and it was like, Bitcoin hit 55,000. Bitcoin hit 56,000. Bitcoin hit 57,000. I actually sent a screenshot to Scrambling and said, hey, check this out. Big jumps. Literally 56,000, 57,000 alerts were a minute apart. I went and checked it after it said 57. I went back and it already dumped down into the 56. And I think this morning when I checked, we're still sitting mid 56s, 56.5. Scrambling told me yesterday if we hit 62, if we breach 62,000, we're at 57.2 this morning. Haha, 57.2. If he said if we break 62,000, what was the time frame on 62,000 to lock in the 100,000 at the halving, Brian? That's what I was curious. But he said if we break 62,000, that 100,000 by the halving is a lock. We'll see. I did send an interesting thing I saw on Noster over to Brian yesterday. I didn't post it in the Telegram group yet. It was one of those. It was a trust but verify thing. I read it. I believe that it probably was said. I believe that the man that said it probably said it. But there's a lot of shit going on with him in the news. Oh, okay. Brian says if it peaks at 62 or above in this little pop at some point before it goes back down, it will hit 100. Jim asks if I'm live on Noster. I should be. I haven't checked. So here's the deal with Noster. There really isn't. Yeah, it looks like the stream was started. 0 viewers and no zaps and no comments. So I haven't really pushed it yet because I haven't messed around with it too much to make sure it's functioning and I can monitor everything. But Noster is rolling over there, and that is on my to-do list to get going. But Brian says if it gets above, Brian N says if it gets above 62 on this pop before it drops back down, we're 100 lock for the halving, which will become mid to late April. Jim says, not sure why I'm not seeing you. Do you have that zap.stream blocked? I think, was that you that said that? Or somebody else said that if you blocked zap.stream, that's what I'm using to stream right now because it was the easy button. That might be doing it. I don't know. Rewild their life. Jim, she wants you to post your cockroach thing in the Telegram group. Tell us about it. Put the link. Yeah, put the link. the link and the link and the description of what you got going on there in the Telegram group, if you would. But anyway, I saw this on Noster. Someone was talking about Hal Finney. If you heard the name, you know about Hal Finney. Anyway, it says the Adam Black posted Hal Finney, the original Bitcoin hyperbull, on the 10th of January 2009, one day after the Bitcoin network started running, predicted $10 million Bitcoin with a $200 trillion market cap. And basically Finney said, this is the best estimate I could have for all the household wealth in the world. And if Bitcoin takes hold as the major method of payment across all networks, all countries, the world, because that's what it can do, here is the simple math of the total wealth in the world. I believe he said was 200 trillion at the time in 2009, that he extrapolated it out to $10 million Bitcoin. One take record says 100 by the halving, 100,000 by the halving. Hedge fund dudes don't want to be hung out and they love volatility. So what's your I'm seeing a big pop at the halving and then a drawback. When does the drawback happen? Directly after the halving? We're going to wait into summer, or we're going to ride this into fall and then pull back? And where's the pullback go to from 100,000? Do we pull back to 50? Do we pull back to right around now? And Brian also pointed out that Hal Finney's prediction in 2009 could no way account for all the money printing that's happened between 2009 and current time, between COVID, between just printer go burr because it does. Yeah, we'll see. It's not too late, guys. It's not too late. Brian says back to the 30s, 40s. Hunter said, did I see something about the .gov being about to take ETF Bitcoin like they did gold? Oh, being able to. Guys, the ETF, if you have money that you want to put into Bitcoin and it is not already locked in an IRA, a 401k, or anything that is not liquid, and you buy the ETF with it, you're wrong. I mean, buying Bitcoin and holding your keys and having it is the purpose of it. One of them. Don't give someone else control. Don't give anybody else control. If you have the money locked up in a 401k and it's sitting in your 20-year growth fund fucking Fidelity account, and you'd rather get exposure to the strongest asset in the world, in my opinion, in now and into the future, then maybe, yeah, you shuffle it over to the Bitcoin ETF just because it's already there and it's not like it's in your checking account. Be strategic about it. But I wouldn't ever say, oh, there goes another Bitcoin alert. Bitcoin up 11.58% in the last 24 hours. Boop, boop. Hunter says, I volunteer to steal your Bitcoin if you really want someone to have someone else hold your keys. Right. I'm probably more trustworthy than some ETF guy thing. And in the end, if you have a Bitcoin ETF, you go in US fiat dollars and you come out in US fiat dollars. It's not like you buy the Bitcoin ETF and then come retirement time or come whatever time, you go, hey, I want my Bitcoin. And they're like, yeah, here's your cash. And now I'll go buy Bitcoin with it. I don't know. Want to get started in Bitcoin. If you want to get started and you don't know where to start, you want to talk about it. I will say I am probably intermediate to advanced intermediate level understanding. I've taught myself how to buy it, sell it, actually not sell it. I literally at this point have never sold Bitcoin for fiat. Honest engine. Wait, I don't think you're not allowed to say that anymore. I've never, somebody asked me at SRF last year, the last time I was there, help me move Bitcoin into fiat. And I said, I thought about it for a second. I was like, I'd love to, but I've never done it. I've literally never done it. I've used Bitcoin to exchange for goods. I've used Bitcoin to exchange for other cryptocurrency. I've stacked it and stacked it. I've done value for value payments to other creators and people that just deserve value for value exchange. But I have never taken Bitcoin and exchanged it for fiat dollars. I don't know how. I mean, I know how. I'm sure I could figure it out, but I have no reason to. Once it's there, it's there. There are some situations where that would be something I had to do, and I would have to think long and hard about it because there are so many ways to just spend it as Bitcoin and not worry about going into fiat. But I can't tell you. But if you want to learn how to buy it, how to start buying it, how to get familiar with it, how to set up a wallet, how to set up a hardware wallet, how to buy it, sell it, send it, receive it, accept it, whatever, you can go to thelotsproject.com and under services, I have a cryptocurrency consulting. Give me 30 minutes, 30 minutes free. We'll talk about what your goals are, what you want to accomplish with Bitcoin, what you want to learn, and I will tell you if I can help you. If I can't help you, I'll point you in the right direction, but I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm not going to tell you I can do something I can't. I'm not going to tell you I can teach you something that I can't. So if you want to learn a little bit, if you want to find out if I can help you get to your goals, and I might be only able to get you halfway there, but let's lay it out. I will give you I'll give you a roadmap. I'll tell you how much it's going to cost you for my services, and we'll get you going. And guess what? More than likely, I'll take a little deposit in fiat, and then, man, we'll just settle up in Bitcoin on the back end when you actually have been able to do it. I think it's pretty fair deal. Pretty fair deal. Anyway, guys, we're over an hour here. What did he call himself up here? Big B on the West Sea or something like that? Big B by the West Sea. Corey's not liking you co-opting my the name she's called me for the last 15 years, Scrambling. Just telling you. Anyway, good morning, John Palmer. Thanks for swinging in right at the end, right at the buzzer, as always. But hey, we're an hour and 4 in. We're going to wrap it up for today. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about the rest of the week. Maybe we'll slide in some more conspiracy stuff. That was fun talking this morning. I appreciate everybody that shows up and participates in the comments. You guys make the show for sure. Jen, thanks for coming back after one day. We always we get some stragglers that roll in for a day and then not quite their thing. But glad you enjoyed it. Glad you found it entertaining enough to come back. Share it with your friends. Like I said, I appreciate y'all listening. If you enjoyed the show, it's always free to hit the like, the share, the subscribe. Send it over to somebody you think might find this interesting. And I guess it's a release in the morning. You always need that morning release. To return value for value to me, please consider joining one of the YouTube membership tiers, which I started releasing all my videos instantly to the membership tiers, and then they are scheduled out to go public down the road. So be sure to check out those membership tiers on YouTube or listen on any value for value platform like Podverse or Fountain.fm. You can visit thelotsproject.com, currently being updated as quickly as possible to find out more information about me or find my links, discount codes, partner companies, recommended products, services I offer. We have a shop there. We have all sorts of stuff for sale. Other than that, guys, it's Tuesday. Tuesday is what it is. I appreciate you hanging out. And yeah, we will. There you go. Brian changes it to Sensei by the Sea. Perfect. Perfect. All right, guys, have an awesome day. We'll catch up with you on Hump Day.